Hey everyone, this won't be very long, but I wanted to kind of articulate my thoughts a little bit regarding the news, which I'm sure if you haven't heard it by now, then you're living under a rock, or you don't have internet, in which case you wouldn't even be watching this video. But last night, the news broke that Ben Affleck has been cast as Batman in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman movie, the sequel to Man of Steel. I was sitting in front of my computer, and I literally clicked, I refreshed my homepage, my news feed, and this came up. It was put up by IGN, and it said confirmed Ben Affleck will be playing Batman in the upcoming Man of Steel sequel. The first word that escaped my lips when I saw that was bullshit. So I clicked on it. It said, yes, it's confirmed, blah blah blah. And I thought, come on, someone's trolling, obviously. This isn't real. And then Collider picked it up, and then Variety picked it up, and I believe the Hollywood Reporter picked it up as well. And then I saw it on different sites. I saw it on the San Diego Comic-Con badge holders page. The Nerd Truth, Leonard and Oliver posted it at the same time. And I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I was pretty speechless last night. I had to sleep on it. And I was so speechless that it just tired me out so much that I slept really well. And this morning I woke up and I can kind of get it, into my head a little bit more and think about this, because ever since last night there has been it's almost seems kind of like split down the middle. The people that are for it and the people that are spewing so much hate at this casting decision. I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. And I'm a huge DC fan, as you already know this. You already know how big of a DC fan I am. So all I can do is express my feelings for me personally. I don't speak for the rest of the DC community. I speak for me. So these are my thoughts. Of course, Ben Affleck is not my number one choice to play Batman, or Bruce Wayne or Batman. I could kind of see him as Bruce Wayne. Batman, I don't know. And this goes, we all have our preconceived notions of who we think the character is. So we're going to base our feelings and our thoughts of said character on that. So it's like when I'm the hate and the divided line that I'm seeing right now reminds me of going back to 2000 and I believe it was 2007. 2007, when it was confirmed Heath Ledger would be playing the Joker in The Dark Knight. When I first heard that, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? You're casting the guy from A Knight's Tale to play the Joker. That I was angry, I was upset, I was hurt. I was like, how can Christopher Nolan in his right mind cast this dude as the Joker? And I wasn't the only one that felt like that. Everyone else did too. And then we saw him in the Joker makeup. I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. It doesn't really look like Heath Ledger. Then I saw the first trailer with the voiceover of him where he's talking about, you know, there's no going back, you've changed things, you know. So then you're just a freak like me. When I heard his voice and I heard that laugh, I was like, holy shit, this is not the Heath Ledger that I know from these other movies. This is crazy. And then obviously I saw the movie, and I was absolutely blown away. And to me at this moment, there's only one physical embodiment of the Joker, and it's Heath Ledger. And I'm seeing the same trend now with Ben Affleck as Batman. He was in Daredevil. He played Daredevil. Daredevil it's not one of my favorite comic book movies. It's okay. It's not. It had its problems, obviously, and I can name a few of them. I'm not going to right now. Ben Affleck, I personally didn't think he was that bad as Daredevil. Matt Murdock. There we go. I was going to say Matt Murdock to make you guys think I'm at least know a little bit about the Marvel Universe. I had to go to my mind palace there for a minute. He played Matt Murdock, and he wasn't. Honestly, I didn't think he was that bad. He gave it his all. Okay. And that's really all you can do in a situation like that. He gave it his best shot. The movie kind of sucked. I don't think it was necessarily him though. He did his best, in my opinion. Whenever I think of Ben Affleck, I always think of him in Phantoms. You was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. The Phantoms. He was in Good Will Hunting. I always think of Ben Affleck and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when he's like, yeah, what was that line he had? It's like, look at these two morose motherfuckers right here. Smells like someone shit in their cereal. Bong. That's what I think of when I think of Ben Affleck. I loved him in Argo. Argo was a friggin' fantastic movie. He was awesome in it. He's a fantastic director. He really is. And I don't doubt his directing talent. I think he's a good actor. Will he be good as Batman? This remains to be seen. I'm digressing off my main topic. My main what I'm trying to articulate is, okay, Zack Snyder. I like Zack Snyder. I didn't like Sucker Punch. I couldn't sit through Sucker Punch. I watched about not even a half of that movie. I think I watched about 3/8 of that movie, and I shut it off. I could not watch it anymore. It was just so bad. I'm going off 300, Man of Steel, and Watchmen. Alright. The casting in 300, to me, was great. I mean, it was awesome casting. He's a good he's good at casting people. I think in his movies, he's really good at that. I love the casting in 300. I adore the casting in Watchmen. To me, they're mostly they're not necessarily unknowns, but they're not A-list actors. They're B-list actors, and that is why it worked so well, because you don't know these people as well, and everyone in that movie I thought was perfectly cast. It's a brilliant cast. It's a brilliant movie. Man of Steel, I think the casting in that was fantastic as well. Like I had said before, when I first learned of Lawrence Fishburne playing Perry White, and Amy Adams as Lois Lane, I was a little bit, I wasn't too keen on that personally. But I warmed up to it more and more, and then I saw the finished movie, and I'm behind him now. I mean, I think they did very well, very well. You know, I think Zack Snyder sees things in certain people, and he casts them for certain reasons, and 9 times out of 10 it pans out. So when I think Zack Snyder, when Zack Snyder cast Ben Affleck to play Batman, I have to trust that he knows what he's doing, and he's not. I'm pretty much repeating a post I said in the Nerd Truth. He's not just another director. He's a fan of this genre. He's a comic book fan. He's a comic book nerd, superhero fan, and he loves this genre and he loves these characters. And this movie coming up, Batman vs. Superman, or whatever they're going to call it, that's not the fit working title, but whatever they're going to call it, this is going to be the biggest movie up to date in his career. And I don't think he wants to screw that up. You know, I don't think he just cast Ben Affleck willy-nilly. I think he saw something in Ben Affleck that made him believe this guy can play Batman. I believe he can play Batman, and I'm going to cast him as Batman. And I'm sure he probably knew that there would be some fan outcry. But I have to trust that he knows what he's doing. So for me, that's where I stand right now. I'm not going to pass judgment on Ben Affleck anymore. I am going to sit back and watch and wait. You know, we're going to get a shit ton more of info about this coming up in the next year or so. You know they're going to have something at Comic-Con next year. They have to. The movie comes out July 17th. That's before Comic-Con next year of 2015. So they'll have a panel next year. They have to have some kind of panel for this movie to talk about it, and hopefully by then they'll have footage that they can unveil for us and something. Ben Affleck has to be able to pull off Batman. He has to be able to pull off Bruce Wayne. And more importantly than that, I personally think is even maybe more important than that, Ben Affleck has to look good in the suit. The suit will make or break the character. If it looks like crap, then yeah, we're not going to take him seriously. It has to look good. And he has to look good in that suit. So that's going to be a big challenge for them. And I really, really hope that they can pull this off. They did masterfully with Henry Cavill in the Superman suit. They did fantastic with Christian Bale in both bat suits, the first one and the second one. So I have to pray that they get this right, because the future of the DC universe, the DC cinematic universe, is hinged upon this. So time will tell. That's all I can say. But that's where I stand. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. So yeah, I already know what some of you think, but yeah, hit me up. I want to hear your thoughts. Post your thoughts, however you do it, so we can discuss this more. You know, because there will be more discussion coming up, especially when we find out who the villain will be for this movie, which we're kind of thinking, you know, is going to be Lex Luthor. I think there has to be some other villain in it, some more superpowered villain. I'm really hoping it'll be, personally, I'm hoping it'll be Brainiac. I don't want to see Darkseid yet. I think Darkseid should be saved for a full Justice League movie, because Darkseid's the granddaddy of the DC villains. Actually, he's the granddaddy of comic book villains in general. You know, he predates Thanos. So, I want to see Lex Luthor, maybe Brainiac. I don't want to see the Joker yet, not yet anyways. Maybe later. So, alright. That's my thoughts. Keep calm and nerd on. And I will be talking to you guys later.